Okay, we're back. Okay, so here's the good news. The stuff that we're going to be doing is really, really, really simple stuff. It's introducing a new number to you, okay? So we're going to dive in here, okay, with the actual assignment. So all you've learned so far is E is about 2.71. Okay, so question number 3. Question number 3, they ask us to simplify e to the third times e to the fifth, okay? What would e to the third times e to the fifth be? How'd you get that? When you times, you add. This is e to the eighth. This is what I was talking about. The concept behind it is kind of difficult, but this was 3 plus 5. That's all you did, 3 plus 5. Literally, that was all you're doing on that question. Let's look at number 5. Okay, question number 5. We have 11 over 22. And what do we have here? E9 over E10. Over E10, okay. Some students struggle with this one. I'm not really sure why, because I think this is a pretty easy one also. I would encourage you, just ignore the e's. Don't even look at the e's. If we have 11 over 22, does that simplify 11 over 22? Yeah, half. 11 goes into 11 once. 11 goes into 22 twice. And then ask yourselves 2 questions. Where are there more e's? And how many more e's? Where are there more e's, on top or on bottom? On the bottom. How many more? 1 more. So we have 1 over 2e to the first. I have no problem with that answer. The computer might not like part of it. What do you think the computer doesn't really want you to put there? To the first power. I would just put 1 over 2e. It might take 1 over 2e to the first. I don't know. It did take it? Okay. Sometimes that's what's frustrating. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I wish it always would or always wouldn't. It would make it easier. Who's number 7? Okay, a lot of review here. 5e 7x4. 5e to the 7x to the 4th, okay? We're going to take everything to the 4th power, okay? Take 5 to the 4th, and that's not 5 times 4. Remember, it's 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Okay, 5 to the 3rd you should know. We've done that enough times. It's 125. 5 to the 4th, that one you may not know or not. 5 to the 4th is 625. Now, more review. We haven't done this yet today. You guys remember what we do when it's a power to a power? We said when we times them, we add them. When we have a power to a power, we times them. Oops, and don't do what I did, what I forget. You guys see it? And the computer doesn't like that. I left out the E. Okay? Now, if you guys can catch this, great, okay? Are we solving for the variable x or the variable e on these? Sort of a trick question here.
Excuse me, can all JV baseball players please go to room 4? Thank you.
If you can answer this, great. If not, listen to somebody who says it. Why don't we solve for the variable e?
Because it's already approximately 7 points.
What are you saying?
It's already approximately 2 points.
E, yeah, there's another way of saying E is not a variable. It's not a variable. It's a number. It's the number what? About 2.71. E is not a variable. It's a number, okay? The number about 2.71. All right, number 9. Okay, radical 9, e to the 6x. E to the 6x, okay? Well, let's take the radical 9 first. Radical 9 is 3, and be careful, 3, not radical 3, just 3. 3. Some review here. It's been over a week since we've done this. There's a little number sitting out here. You guys remember what it is?
2.
There's 2 there, okay? How many e's could I pull out of that? Remember? If I give you this right here, the 4th root of x to the 20th is x to the 5th. You guys remember how I did that? 4 goes into 20 5 times. What's it? You left something out. 3x. So just 3x? Don't forget what I did. E to the 3x. E to the 3x. Okay? The square root of 9 is 3. And 2 goes into 6x, 3x times. Okay. Don't think hard on this. This is stuff that you didn't do questions like this back in middle school, but you did stuff related to it. E to the x times e to the negative 6x. E to the x times e to the negative 6x times e to the 8th. Okay. When you times, what do we do with our exponents?
Add
As long as the bases,
1
and they're all what?
E,
Which is about what?
2.7.
2.71. Now, do we type in E, or do we type in 2.71 on the computer? E. Don't type, because it's not 2.71. It's about 2.71, just like he's not 17 years old. He's about 17 years old, okay? So, let's add these. What's x plus negative 6x? I'm going to put a 1 in front of that. What's 1x plus negative 6x
Negative
plus
5x.
negative 5x? Careful. Come on. I'm going to put you on the spot. What's 4x plus 1 plus 5x? What's 4x plus 1 plus 5x?
1 and 9x.
What do you mean 1 and 9x? 1 what?
1 and 9x, because there's no x.
So I'm going to write what you said, 1 and 9x? Is that what you're saying?
1 and 9x.
That's what I wrote. Is that what you want me to write? Not 1 and, 1 what? I'm being real picky here. 1
Plus 9.
1 plus 9x. Why don't you add those together and make it 10x?
Because there's no x.
Okay. So what's negative 6x, 1x, and 8?
Oh, I thought we were just adding the first two.
Well, no, I mean, we're timesing all three. Think about what we're doing over here, okay? It's no different.
But wouldn't it be
When we
easier?
times, we add the exponents. Add 1x and negative 6x and 8.
So it would just be negative 5x plus.
Right, can we put those together?
No.
No, and that's what you did initially. I'm not picking on you, it's just don't do that, okay? So what is negative 5x plus 8? Negative 5x plus 8, okay? But don't just negative 5x plus 8, e to the negative 5x plus 8.
Will it all be in the exponent place?
The whole thing. They're all exponents. Okay. Next one is number 15. Number 15. This relies on stuff that we have not talked about today, but we were talking about it right before break. Okay? Okay. Y equals e to the 3x. Okay, first off, we've not said this yet today. Is this an exponential function? And if so, why? Yes, it's exponential. Why?
Not the one one? Or is that like the decay and growth?
Yeah, well, we'll get to decay or growth. That's not my question yet. That's the next question. That's question number 2. Question number 1 right now is this exponential? How about this? Y equals 4x squared. Is that exponential?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. That's not exponential. What if I give you this? Y equals 2.3 times 12.7 to the x. Is that exponential? Yes. Exponential, the exponent has to be x. Exponent has to be x. Now, if instead of 4 times x squared, it was 4 times 2 to the x, that would be exponential. Yes, ma'am.
So if you put a 2 or an x behind the 2, it would be exponential. It's not because it's an even or an odd. The exponents, it's not because it's
All it is if your exponent has an x. It's that simple. Exponential means the exponent. So is this exponential?
yes.
Because the exponents, forget about the 3.
Even if it's like,
Even if it's 2x, it's
Even-
exponential.
Yeah, if you have any form of x in the exponent, any form, yes. Okay, so this is definitely exponential, okay? Now, bonus points. Is it exponential growth or is it decay?
growth,
Why?
because E is bigger than 1.
What's E?
2.
About-
approximately
Very good, very good. Okay, because it's growth, because 2.71 is more than, E is about 2.71, which is more than 1. So this is exponential growth. Okay, so on your assignment, they're going to ask you to graph it. I just want very quick, rough, ugly graphs, okay? So remember, exponential functions, they're either going to swoop up like this or swoop down, and they don't touch the x-axis, okay? They do not touch the x-axis, okay? So it's going to go sort of like this, and here's what I want. I only want 1 point plotted. I just want 1 point, and it's this one right here. The point 0 something. More review, okay? More review that we did just before break. If I plug in 0 for x, 3 times 0 is 0. What's e to the 0? What's anything to the 0? 1. What's the most popular wrong answer? 0. It's not. Anything to the 0 is 1. So it's the point 0, 1. Okay? Ooh, they both look like it. Okay. Yeah, it's the top left. Just put down top left. Okay, it's the top left graph. They both, top left and the top right both look the same almost. All right, number 17. Okay. This is tricky, and if you can answer this one, oh, this is a tricky one, okay? If you can do it, I'll be very, very impressed. Y equals 2e to the negative x. Okay, answer what I asked. Don't answer what you think I'm asking. Is this exponential?
Yes.
Yes, why?
Since e.
The exponent's x, okay? Is it growth or is it decay? What did you say last time? You said it was growth because e is
Bigger than 1.
bigger than 1, and he's right.
But now you put it to a negative power.
It's a negative. So what you need to understand, remember, negatives put it under something, under 1, okay? It's the reciprocal, okay? Something I've never told you, okay? If I take a number, okay? If I take 7/11, that's less than 1. What could you say about the reciprocal?
It's bigger.
It's bigger than 1. If I take any number, and if it's bigger than 1, its reciprocal is less than 1.
So-
Or vice versa. If a number is less than 1, its reciprocal is bigger than 1. So since it's a negative, e is 2.71, about. The reciprocal is going to be, not negative, no, that's not what I just said. The reciprocal, if the number is bigger than 1, like you said, its reciprocal has got to be what?
Bigger than 1.
Less than 1. So is this growth or decay? Decay. It's decay. E to a negative power, again, the negative just flips it. It doesn't make it negative. I'm glad you said that. It doesn't make it negative. It flips it. Like IOB said, I'm going to say it again.
But
E is bigger than 1.
wouldn't it be 1 over 2.71, and then when you flip it, it'd be 2.71 over 1, right?
No, okay, E is 2.71. So E, this could be e to the negative first power. Okay, that's 1 over 2.71. Forget about that. 1 over 2 is 0.5.
Yeah, but then when you flip them, with the
I did flip it, but the negative puts it underneath the 1.
Okay.
That's what the negative does. Is it does. If you're flipping it back, you're flipping it twice. You're like turning around. You're halfway around, then all the way around, then you're back where you started. Okay. Don't do it twice. You do it twice, you ain't done nothing. Okay, so this one's going to be exponential decay because of the negative exponent. Okay. So it's going to go down. Well, let's plot this again. Plug in 0. E to the negative 0. No such thing as negative 0. 0, 0. Okay, now you gotta be careful here. E to the 0 is 1, but then we still have to do what? Times it by 2. So it's 0.02. This is 0. E to the 0 is 1 times 2. Is there only one that goes to 0, 2? Yeah, that's an obvious one if you look at the graph. Okay, a few more. 19. All right, what's 19 say? Okay, 0.5 u to the x. Y equals 0.5 u to the x. Okay. Again, it's exponential because your exponent's an x. Is it growth or decay? Don't overthink this one.
Decay.
This question's already been answered. Okay?
Decay.
Why?
Because 0.5.
Hang on. What's raised to the x power?
Uh,
Only e. Only e. If it was like this, 0.5 e would be raised to it. The only thing, 0.5 has an exponent. You just don't see it. It's a what? It's a 1. So what's the x power? Only e. Growth or decay then? Growth. Why? What's bigger than 1? What? Where's 2.71? E. This is growth, not the 0.5. It's not because of that 0.5. You look at what's raised to the power. Okay, e is what's raised to the power, and e is bigger than 1. So that's growth, exponential growth. It's going to look like this. It's going to go up like that a little bit. We plug in 0. E to the 0 is 0. I'm sorry. Whoa, don't say 0. E to the 0 is 1 times 0.5 is 0.5.
I'm so confused how you do that.
What's that?
How do you go e to the, you just
E to the
solve
0.
it?
Well, I always plug in 0. I want to find out where it hits the y-axis. I always plug in 0. E to the 0 is 1 times 0.5.
How is e to 0 1?
Anything that's 0 is 1. Remember that? Remember if I gave you this? What's 8 divided by 8? What's 12 divided by 12? So you divide something by itself, you get 1, right? When you divide, remember we subtract? Okay. Well, x8 over x8 would be x to the 0, correct?
So it's the same as X.
And these are the same. So when you divide it by itself, you get 1. Anything to 0 is 1. You would think it would be 0. It's not. Anything to the 0 is 1. Except for 0 to the 0. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest with you. I really don't know what that is. Okay, just a few more, then we'll stop for today. 19. Okay, 21. All right, 21. So we have what? 0.4e equals 0.4e to the what? Negative 0.25x. Okay. Again, we've already done one like this today. Is this growth or decay?
Growth.
Why growth? I'm not saying right or wrong.
Because the
E is bigger than 1,
is bigger than 1.
but it's raised to a negative exponent.
But you flip it.
So it's what?
Oh, it's decay.
It's decay then. E is bigger than 1, so it'd be growth. But e to a negative exponent would be smaller than 1. This is decay. It's exponential decay. So it's going to go down like this. And the point is 0. If I plug in 0 here, 0.25 times 0 is 0. E to the 0 is 1. 1 times 0.4 is 0.4. So the point 0, 0.4. 2 more.
Does it goes through the dot, it just doesn't touch the x-axis?
It never touches the x-axis, right? And it definitely goes through the dot, yes. And again, if you remember before break, I want to make sure, it's not that I want to get you guys, okay? But I just want a quick rough graph on a test. So, on number 21, okay? Let's say that's the actual test question. What if somebody does this? Is this okay? Why? Okay. How about this? Is this okay?
No.
It doesn't swing back up. How about this one? Is this okay?
No.
No. It's kind of looks sort of like this, okay? So, don't do those. All 3 of those I'm taking points off, because that's not what it looks like. This is not art class, but you got to have it better than that. All right, 2 more. Y equals e to the 2x. Growth or decay?
Growth.
What? Last time it was decay.
It's not too negative.
It's not raised to a negative power, so this is growth. Exponential growth. So it's going to swoop up. And this is the point 0 what?
1 or 0.
Plug in 0. What's 2 times 0?
0.
0. What's e to the 0?
E.
E to the 1 is e. Anything to the 0 is 1. What's anything to the first power?
1 or whatever itself.
Itself. Whatever it is. Last one, 25.
We have to put stuff in.
What's that?
Oh, never mind. Okay.
What did we do? Oh, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, you can figure it out. Yeah, the y-intercept's 1. Okay, 4 point, y equals 4e to the what? Negative 0.5x. Okay, growth or decay? Decay.
Decay.
Because it's raised to an e is bigger than 1, but it's raised to a negative exponent, so it's going to be decay. So it's going to swoop down. And this is the point 0 what?
4.
Right, how'd you get 4?
4 for the E.
Say it again?
The 4 for the E.
Well, but I mean, let's plug in 0. What's 0.5 times 0?
0.
What's e to the 0? 1 times 4. So your y-intercept's 4. Okay. All right, questions on this? You got this? I will tell you this, on our next test, which is whenever that is, very likely one of the first questions on the test is going to be what is E? And what's your answer going to be if I say what is E? approximately 2.71. Okay, that's probably one of the questions. What is E? So some students have actually put, I'm probably going to get on this test. So anyhow.